2025. We are so proud of you. Hoya Saxa.
Congratulations, class of 2025 from Ellie out in Pasadena, California.
Congratulations, class of 2025. You did it.
Hey, Divina, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, Ceci. I love you. And to the class of 2025, well done, guys.
We are so proud of you. You work so hard. We know you will have a bright future. Congratulations to class of 2025.
Congratulations, Sarah. Hoya Saxa.
Congratulations, Jay. You did it. We are so proud of you.
Jay, congratulations on your fantastic achievement. You have graduated with your master's. Just to let you know, we never doubted. We love you.
Congratulations, Dad. We're so proud of you, and we love you.
Hey everyone, just wanted to say congratulations to the class of 2025 from all of us here at Lawinger Library. We're incredibly proud of you and all the accomplishments you've made this year and throughout the time that you've had here at Georgetown.
Congratulations! We are so proud of you, Jay. Congratulations on graduating. Well done, girl.
Kenneth, you aren't just my big brother, you're my best friend, my role model, and someone I've always looked up to. You deserve this moment so much and so much more.
You did it. So proud of you, Bonnie Snyder. Go Hoyas.
I just wanted to say a big congratulations on graduating college. We're all so proud of you, and I can't wait to see all the incredible things you do.
Best wishes for a bright future.
Go Hoyas.
Congratulations to class of 2025. You did it!
This message is for Cassidy Burchuck. Congratulations, you did it. We love you. We're super proud of you.
Way to go, Spencer. Congratulations. So impressed and proud of you. How hard you worked for this.
Congratulations to the extraordinary Georgetown University class of 2025.
We are especially proud to honor our son, Ben Chatsanoff.
Carmen Thornton, I love you. You have done an amazing job. Congratulations, you've worked incredibly hard.
Congratulations, class of 2025. You all should be very proud of yourselves. And especially I want to congratulate my daughter. You did it, Soli. I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations, Lisa Kennedy and the entire class of 2025.
Congratulations, Sissy, you're awesome.
We love you, Lisa.
Congratulations, Nicholas, we love you.
Congratulations, Samuel Whitaker.
Congratulations, everyone. Hoya Saxa, and a special shout out to Kesley Jean-Pierre. Congratulations, everyone.
It dares us to dream, even when the path isn't clear.
Growing up, I was told I had to leave to succeed, to choose between where I'm from and where I'm going. But I've learned I can do both by bringing it all back to the rural community that raised me.
My journey started with illness, adversity, and being ignored. Now I found a community where I matter, where my ideas matter, where my voice matters. I found a way to transform struggle into purpose.
When you look inside, you discover endless possibilities. Challenges turn into growth. Vision into action. A journey that reminds us that the future isn't written for us, it is written by us.
Numbers always came naturally to me. At Georgetown, I learned that math could solve more than equations. It could solve problems that matter. It became my voice, for my family, my community, and those too often left behind.
I am a war survivor, a witness to the fight of those girls who risked everything for an education. I carry my mother's courage and the dreams of every Afghan girl with me. Today, I step forward not only as a survivor, but as a change maker.
Everything I do for my family, my community, the city of Chicago. I carry their dreams with me. We call it Sankofa, because when I rise, they rise.
Today, we celebrate you, the class of 2025. Your families, friends, and loved ones who have all come together to share in your hard work and excellence. Together, we go forward with purpose, Because hope is not just where your story begins, it's how greatness continues.
Interim President Groves, Interim Provost Colbert, faculty and leaders of the school, Mr. Steve Pemberton, our distinguished speaker, honored guests, members of the university, and most importantly, members of the graduating class, welcome to the 2025 School of Continuing Studies Commencement Ceremony. To begin the ceremony, I would like to ask that you please remain standing for the national anthem, which will be led by members of the Georgetown University Concert Choir and chamber singers under the direction of Frederick Binkholder. Thank you, performers. I now welcome Father Peter Folan, Assistant Professor in the Department of Theology and Religious Studies, to the podium to offer the invocation.
Hear the words of Jesus in the Gospel according to Luke. To what shall I compare the reign of God? It is like yeast that a woman took and hid in 3 measures of wheat flour until the whole batch of dough was leavened. Thank you, Jesus, for giving us this parable. Its elements provide texture to our plea for you to be present with us today, to pour out your Spirit upon us right now. The reign of God. Your life stood for something. It stood for someone. It stood especially for all the someones whom the world considers no one. The people present here are graduates, their families and friends, the faculty, the staff, the administration, the benefactors. The people here present, we stand for something. We stand for someone. We stand for those who have no one else to stand for them. Be with us now. The yeast. Your life had zest. It had flavor. It had spice. It was exciting. We want lives like that. We have lives like that. Make our lives evermore like that. May we enter into this time together today with gusto, which we know is exactly how you are entering it. The flower. Your life had substance. There was a there. It was forged mostly on unremarkable days when you read the Torah, when you plied your trade as a carpenter, when you wandered through Galilee and Judea, wondering what God had in store for you. This is how the thick substance of our lives has been formed here, through long hours in libraries and labs, through conversations with professors and classmates, through books and articles and films and podcasts. Few of these experiences alone are remarkable. All of them together are extraordinary. The leavened dough. Your life produced something, not an invention, not a publication, not something we'll find in a museum, but it produced something that endures, something that nourishes, as we prepare to confer degrees in just a short while, make the lives of our graduates even more productive than they have already been. Let them contribute to the common good. Let them defend human dignity. Let them be bread that feeds any who hunger. To what shall I compare the reign of God? It is like yeast that a woman took and hid in 3 measures of wheat flour until the whole batch of dough was leavened. May these words be baked into our lives. Amen.
Please be seated. It is now my honor to present Dr. Soika Diggs-Colbert, Interim Provost of Georgetown University, who will deliver the official welcome.
Thank you, Dean Otter. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you, our graduates, our guests, to this commencement ceremony for the School of Continuing Studies. Many of our guests have traveled great distances to be part of the celebration. For some of you, this may be your first time on the Hilltop campus, which for over 230 years has educated students to become leaders in service to the nation and the world. By way of welcome, let me tell you a little bit about our campus and our history. Georgetown has grown in 3 stages. The first stage began when John Carroll bought a small parcel of land on which to begin his academy, not yet a college, certainly not yet a university, but a place with big ambitions. The Jesuits in Maryland had been, sometimes legally, often illegally, running schools from the time they arrived in 1634. If you look up at the balcony of White Gravener on the far end of Copley Lawn, you can see images of those schools with their dates: 1634, 1640, 1677, 1745, and finally Georgetown Heights in 1789. But even with these exceedingly modest beginnings, Georgetown harbored 2 great ambitions. One was to begin training leaders for the new republic, established in the same year as Carroll's Academy. The second was to be a home for every student, irrespective of faith or creed. A bold move at the time, and in some ways a bold move even now. The second stage began with the buildings that's behind me, named for the Reverend Patrick Healy, the son of an enslaved woman who realized in the 1870s that the College of Georgetown could and should become a university. He expanded the curriculum, and most significantly, he introduced the serious laboratory study of science, the mark of modern learning. Gradually, around the original college, other schools emerged: the School of Law, the School of Medicine, the School of Nursing, the School of Foreign Service. The dream, Georgetown's dream, rooted in Carroll's dream, kept getting bigger. At the end of the 1920s, a remarkable Jesuit, W. Coleman Nevels, began the third stage of the dream, what he called the Greater Georgetown. Georgetown not only as a national, but as a global institution. He built Copley Hall and White Gravener, completing the front quadrangle. Unfortunately, the Depression shut down much of Father Neville's ambitious plan, but it did not stop Greater Georgetown from becoming steadily greater. Because the greatness of Georgetown is not in its buildings. The greatness of Georgetown is not even in its dream. The greatness of Georgetown is in the contribution to the world of those whom Georgetown has trained. The greatness of Georgetown is you, our newest class. When you come back for reunions in 10 or 20 or even, hard to imagine, 25 years, I can assure you, you will discover an even greater Georgetown. But at that point, you will know that you will have been a crucial part of what made and continues to make this greatness happen. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Colbert. Our founder, Most Reverend John Carroll, first Archbishop of Baltimore and first Catholic bishop in the United States, took legal possession of land on our hilltop in 1789, and we mark that as our founding date. Our first student, the future North Carolina Congressman William Gaston, arrived in 1791, though our first bachelor's degrees were not awarded until 1817. It was in 1815 that when enrollments passing the 100 mark, the college's president, Father John Grassi of the Society of Jesus, asked then Congressman Gaston to present a petition for a federal charter, a document that still today sanctions the academic business we do here. Georgetown's charter, the first federal charter in the history of the Republic, has the additional distinction of having been signed by President James Madison, the father of the United States Constitution. It is our custom to initiate academic ceremonies with a reading of that charter. To discharge that office, I am pleased to introduce Ms. Marie Matson, Secretary of the University.
An act concerning the College of Georgetown in the District of Columbia. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that it shall and may be lawful for such persons as now are, or from time to time may be, the President and Directors of the College of Georgetown within the District of Columbia, to admit any of the students belonging to said college or other persons meriting academical honors to any degree in the faculties, arts, sciences, and liberal professions to which persons are usually admitted in colleges and universities of the United States, and to issue in an appropriate form the diplomas or certificates which may be requisite to testify to the admission of such degree. Signed, Langdon Chivas, Speaker of the House of Representatives, John Gaillard, President pro tempore of the Senate, approved March 1st, 1815, James Madison, President of the United States.
We are honored to have as our special guest this afternoon, Mr. Steve Pemberton. He will be presented with the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Mr. Pemberton is the Managing Director at Saramount, where he leads and crafts forward-looking strategies to meet the evolving needs of a global talent landscape. He has held C-suite positions for leading global brands, most notably Walgreens, Workhuman, and Monster.com. He has dedicated his career to opening the doors of opportunity for others. He was the first to hold the position of Chief Diversity Officer at Walgreens Boots Alliance, a Fortune 500 company. In that inaugural role, he helped redefine what it means for a company to serve the communities it calls customers by expanding healthcare access to all Americans. In addition, he also led the company's pioneering efforts to employ people with disabilities. As Chief Diversity Officer at Monster.com, he helped the organization harness the power of technology to expand access to opportunity. There, he played a pivotal role in driving record growth in job applicants and broadening pathways to employment for underrepresented talent. He was the Chief People Officer at Workhuman, and he also founded the Lighthouse Consultancy, focusing on leadership development, HR, and coaching. The honorary degree citation from Mr. Pemberton will be read by Jeremy Stanton, the Chief Digital Officer at the School of Continuing Studies.
Georgetown University is proudly rooted in a 500-year-old tradition of Catholic and Jesuit education. Connecting us to generations of graduates, past and present, this tradition challenges us to use our hard-earned knowledge and skills to fulfill education that does justice. At Georgetown, we are committed to the belief that the pursuit of knowledge should not be undertaken for its own sake, but in service to justice and the greater good. Steve Pemberton has dedicated his life's work to advancing the common good. He's a celebrated philanthropist, pioneering corporate executive, captivating presenter, and best-selling author who has made equality, access, and opportunity the pillars of both his professional and personal life. Mr. Pemberton's professional accomplishments are impressive in their own right, but they take on greater meaning given that from a young age, the odds were heavily stacked against him. At only 3 years old, he was placed into America's overburdened foster care system. He endured a childhood of adversity and hardship, particularly at the hands of guardians who were supposed to protect his well-being. He came of age in a chaotic environment that, by many measures, already seemed to dismiss his own potential and self-worth. Yet, his story is not one of tragedy, but triumph. Armed with the desire to better his life and supported by a few caretakers as well as strangers, he overcame his difficult beginnings to alter the trajectory of his life. He recounted his inspiring search for his biological family in his 2012 best-selling memoir, A Chance in the World, which was adapted into an independent film in 2018 and a children's book in 2021. Moreover, he established A Chance in the World Foundation, which is dedicated to redressing America's foster care system, and especially helping young adults who age out of it. Most recently, he published his second book, The Lighthouse Effect, which highlights everyday heroes who transform lives through kindness, integrity, and presence. Mr. Pemberton is deeply connected to the mission and values of a Jesuit education. He is a proud graduate of Boston College, where he also earned his master's degree. He now sits on its board of trustees. His dedication to access and inclusion for all is reflected in his board work for a wide range of mission-driven organizations, including Loyola Academy, the Wiley Network, Boys Hope, Girls Hope, Disability In, and others. His work has rightly earned many awards and accolades. The U.S. Congress bestowed upon him the prestigious Horizon Award in 2015, which recognizes individuals from the private sector who have significantly contributed to expanding opportunities for all Americans. In 2014, he also received the Trumpet Award, which recognizes exemplary leaders in the African American community. In recognition of his tireless advocacy for the marginalized and disenfranchised, and for his leadership through service, Georgetown University is proud to bestow upon Stephen J. Pemberton the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Congress of the United States and by the Board of Directors of Georgetown University, I officially confer upon Mr. Pemberton the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. It is now my pleasure to present to you Mr. Pemberton, who will give the commencement address. Steve.
Good afternoon. So somber. Some years ago, I invited my daughter to an event. She was about 9 years old at the time. I was speaking there. And as a part of my introduction, they read some of what you just heard. And I did not actually think that she was listening, but she was. And when they finally wrapped up several rather uncomfortable minutes later, and right before I walked up to the podium, she said, "Daddy, after all that, you better be good." I'm getting something of that same feeling here again today. This is also, I should point out, the same little girl who, when she learned that her father was speaking at an all-women's conference, said, "I know you're the best daddy in the whole world, but couldn't they find a girl?" So I want to thank you, Interim President, Dean Otter. Jeremy, thank you for that kind introduction, and most importantly, this class of 2025 for the gift of sharing this day with you. A long time ago, a Jesuit institution gave me a home and said that I belonged here with them. And so you have done that again, and I am honored by that. My daughter's perspective on my speeches has always, kept me humble. That, along with the need for brevity, is an ever present reality on a day like today, so I promise to abide by the sacred duty that I think all good commencement speakers should have, and that is to be good and to be gone. Because in truth, the day's not really about you as a speaker. And that's especially true when I am thinking about you. Just to give you some inside baseball on how you come to be selected as a commencement speaker, they actually do a fair amount of homework on you. You're not aware of this, of course, but they do, and they extend this gracious invitation to you. And you're not even actually aware that you're being researched. So Georgetown University did indeed do its homework on me, didn't hold my Boston College degrees against me too much. But I only thought it fair that since you have done this, that I do the same. And so I want you to know that I have indeed done my homework on you, class of 2025. I have read your reflections on what this day means to you, what you have taken from your time here at Georgetown, who has inspired you, and what you have sacrificed to make this moment possible. Some of you did this while balancing jobs, and others while raising families, and still more serving this nation faithfully. That's not lost on any of us here, least of all your family and friends, faculty and staff who now get to call you one of their own. And as I read your reflections, I was truly, truly inspired. And as I did so, a thought kept occurring to me. In the face of so much grace and courage and resolve and beauty and strength, why do you need me here? What is it that I'm supposed to add? I should also tell you that I had very much that same feeling on my wedding day watching my wife Tanya come down the aisle. A woman so extraordinary that within 24 hours of meeting her, she asked me what was my last name, and I responded on a moment of bravado, foolishness, or wisdom that my last name is Pemberton, and one day we were going to share that name. That's right, I said it. We were married less than a year after that, and 29 years later, she remains as magical to me now as she was then. And so maybe that's my role. Maybe my role today is the same it was on that day. You know, show up, say a few words, and take a couple of photos, and then watch the celebration commence. But against the backdrop of your lives and the examples that you have set, it is actually clear to me what my role here is today. It's not to tell you what you should become. It's not to offer advice on the direction that your life should take. I don't think it's that simple. I think my job is to remind you and affirm for you what you already are and have long been, the lighthouse, shining today and needed now to shine forevermore. And I do not suggest the lighthouse as a metaphor idly, as a navigational structure. It's something of an oxymoron because we no longer need the lighthouse. Technology in the form of GPS and electronic navigational charts does the job that the lighthouse once did, and yet still we actively preserve the lighthouse, protecting it from climate change, turning it into historic landmarks. Curious thing, isn't it? Why do we preserve that which we no longer use? I want to suggest to you that we actually do need the lighthouse. And it seems to me that the reason for that is because it's not there to tell us how to navigate the sea, but how to navigate humanity. We need what it symbolizes, and we need what it calls us to do. The lighthouse requires no explanation, because as soon as you see it, you know what it is, and you know why it is. And that is why you will rarely see a name on a lighthouse. It doesn't need branding. It seeks neither reward nor recognition. It transcends time. It turns doubts into destination, sees possibilities over circumstances, and it guides without judgment. It does not qualify your humanity before it shines its light on you. It has no interest in your politics, your number of social media followers, your accolades, your titles. So I want to suggest to you here on this afternoon that your life is that lighthouse. You'd be hard-pressed to find another structure that more embodies the Jesuit philosophy than that of the lighthouse. It is a testament, as are the Jesuits, to service, guidance, purpose, a living symbol of what so many of you shared in your reflections, cura personalis. It also reflects St. Ignatius's call to action, go, set the world aflame. And though I cannot prove it, I think that St. Ignatius might just have been influenced by the lighthouse when he issued that declaration. After all, lighthouses had been around for 1,800 years by the time he was born. They were one of the ancient wonders of the world, so he must have known about them. But when St. Ignatius said, go set the world aflame, he was not speaking of naked ambition or the pursuit of power disguised as service. He was not speaking of reducing society to a series of contrived online algorithms, manufactured dissonance, suspending the rules of decency and civility, or perpetuating the myth that those of us who are different are the other. He was speaking of illumination, the power of the personal journey to light a path for others, to be a port in the storm, and in doing so, show us our common humanity. This act of illumination is an invitation, not a mandate. So it's your choice to make. But I want to suggest to you that you are eminently qualified to be that lighthouse, and not because of titles or accomplishments, including the one that you received today. It's because of the struggles and the stories that you carry, the storms you have weathered, you who know that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Joy can come in the morning, and it can also come to a sunny hilltop in May. It is our understanding of struggle that gives us power to be the lighthouse, a light that needs to be seen, stories, my story, your story, our stories that need to be told. And if there is one truth I have learned, perhaps more than any other, it is that somebody out there needs your story. So as you prepare to walk across the stage, I'd like you to consider what it means to carry that light, but to further cast it forward. And you might be wondering why you? Well, the lighthouse has an answer for you. Why not you? You, the first generation college graduate who carries the dreams of the ancestors with you. You who have donned the uniform of this nation to serve it dutifully. You who crossed oceans and cultures to study here and found community, if not family, along the way. You who are sitting here and all the while thinking of your parents who are no longer with us, basking in the memory of who they were and how proud they are of you today. The lighthouse has seen all of that and knows you have been setting the world aflame long before you don those caps and gowns today. And for those of you who might suffer from imposter syndrome because of those voices that would dare suggest to us that we don't belong in the room with them, who believe that your very presence is the result of some lowered bar, the lighthouse who has borne witness from its majestic height to your journey, to your story, whispers to you. You, my friend, are asking yourself the wrong question. It is not whether or not you belong in the room with them, it is whether or not they belong in the room with you. So this is not a time for idleness. The lighthouse knows that whatever fears you may have is secondary to the light that you will cast. My own life was altered by those who saw their life in exactly that way. Human lighthouses, I have come to call them. A kind neighbor who fostered a love of reading in me. For over 10 years, she kept bringing me a box of books, and some 3 decades later, when I sat down and asked her the question that had always been pressing to me, why had she done that? And she, in the twilight of her life, smiled ever so gently and said, oh, that. Well, that was something my mother told me to do. Give from where you are with whatever you have. So for over 10 years, Claire Levin, or the book angel, as I called her, kept giving me that extraordinary gift. There was the director of a college access program who insisted that I was college material, moved heaven and earth to make sure that it became a possibility. Ruby Doughton said of me that I was going to change the world, but the truth of the matter is that Ruby thought that of every young person she ever met. The high school teacher, perhaps most importantly of all, who opened his home and his heart to me when I was 16, 3 days after Christmas, out of options, nowhere to go. And the fact that John Sykes was white and rode Harley Davidsons and liked the occasional sip of Jack Daniels mattered not to me. I loved him, and I love him still with all that I am. I asked him one time, why did you put your life on pause to see this boy who you barely knew? And he said, well, I don't think I actually did anything extraordinary. I was simply where God wanted me to be. Those human lighthouses believed with all that they were that they had been summoned to intervene in a young boy's life. And they did not just pull me to shore, they shone brightly the way that would help me find my own way, and expected, demanded that I repay that kindness in turn. They stood where they were meant to stand, giving what they could, confident in the light they cast. And because they were, for the first time in 3 generations, the Pembertons stand on firmer ground, no longer defined by that which was lost, but by that which has been reclaimed. Those are my lighthouses. But on this day of reflection, I ask you, who are your lighthouses? And perhaps most importantly of all, who will say that you are theirs? I want to suggest to you that you too have been summoned by an authority much greater than you, aided by this extraordinary institution that is Georgetown University, and supported by those who love you and who you love in turn, and who call you their lighthouse. My greatest hope for you is not further professional success. It's not attainment of titles or accumulation of accolades. This achievement from this great university will almost certainly assure you of that. My hope for you is something deeper, that you understand that this light that is upon you today, that I saw reflected in your families as I walked through here, it is not yours alone, and it is not yours to keep. It is a gift that has been passed down to you by the elders and through the generations, refined by sacrifice, strengthened by resilience, and now it is entrusted to you. And that is my final, humble ask of you. For all that you are, and all that you have been, and all that you will continue to be, let your life be a lighthouse. Thank you so much, class of 2025, and God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pemberton. We will now proceed to the presentation of candidates for the degrees in course. Candidates, please rise as your row is motioned forward. Approach the stage, enter the ramp to my right, and exit to my left. As you cross the stage, you will be congratulated by Dr. Groves. I ask that the audience hold their applause until all candidates have crossed the stage. While we are committed to freedom of expression, as you walk across the stage, we ask you to respect this event and the experience of your classmates and their families. Thank you for respecting your classmates and the audience. I invite Dr. Charles McNellis, Faculty Director of the Doctor of Liberal Studies program and Professor in the Department of Classics, to the podium.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidate for the degree of Doctor of Liberal Studies. Robert Williams.
Will all the candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts in Liberal Studies, Master of Professional Studies, and Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies please rise? Candidates, at this time, before we present you to the President, please don your hoods. Will all the master's and bachelor's candidates please be seated? To begin the presentation of the candidates for the master's degrees, I now invite Dr. Charles McNellis, Faculty Director of the Master of Arts in Liberal Studies program and Professor in the Department of Classics, back to the podium.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Liberal Studies. Joffrey Kagumba Gubi. Liam Green. Faculty Director Carol Feldman will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Journalism.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Journalism. Emily Beeman, Havy Buzo, Hope Butler, Megan Engel, Isabella Gascon, Shinajini Ghosh, Alex Graff, Juan Pablo Lopez Ordonez, Lori Messig McGarry, Adriana Montez, Florian Felipe, Rafer James Riller Jr., Yanling Shen, Camille Elise Sippel, Kawit Tella, Adesewa R. Wilson Aguade, Joanna Yee, Faculty Director and Assistant Professor of the Practice, Carol Blymeyer, will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Public Relations and Corporate Communications.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Public Relations and Corporate Communications. Caroline Catherine Austin. August Bellardi. Sanjana Bansali. Anne D. Biondi. Teresa Buzzoni. Jonathan Camiri. Gianna Calsano. Courtney Eva Clausen. Kaylin Imani Cooper. Maeve Cronin. Riley Cunningham. Amanda Marie Davis. Benjamin Anthony DiPasquale. Gabrielle DiMappi. Lovan Dixon. Maeve Dwyer. Chloe Wynn Evans Zvar. Alyssa Fama. Brianna Alexis Frias. Katrina Garbin. Maria Luisa Gato Samia. Christopher Godburn. Darian M. Gray. Robin Hake. Marcus Henry. Gabrielle Hildebrand. Maria Gutierrez. John M. Holmes. Orlandon Howard. Devanya Hudson. Sean Hudson. Tabitha Lynn Klingensmith. Camila Larea. Jordan Lockett. Amanda Kaylin McGurn. Josephine Bani Meneses Malari. Sean Moss Minton. Ginny Montalbano. Natalie Lane Morano. Katrina Morgan. Wendy Miller. Barbara Naega Mukuve. Anthony Michael Narancis. Maya Nguyen. Janice Obudai. Jennifer Olson. Valentina Osoria Calero. Bradford Michael Parks. Michael Patrick. Dustin Ramos. Hannah Renee Razavi. Danielle Rankin. Nerilyn Rivas. Grace G. Sarkoyan. Deja Bunyan. Travis J. Shaw. Saren Sakai Snow. Gabrielle Stagnon. Kelly Sullivan. Scott Swafford. Shanessa Bryant Taylor. Matthew Visser. Tianyi Wang.
and Brandon Watts. Colton W. Wolf and Vonnie Wright. Interim Faculty Director Bobby Goldwater will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Sports Industry Management.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Sports Industry Management. Emily Eve Melalani Anand. Oluwarotimi Akinmade. Abdulrahman Al-Juhani. Sequana Alston. Faris Salim Alzabi. Roland K. Apia. Parker Barnell. Jonathan P. Barnes. Ryan Basso. Maximilian A. Bengler. Elizabeth Maria Bergman. John A. Bolito. Desiree Bray. Alejandro Carandi. Justine Cesar. Isaiah Chancellor. Nicholas Chook. Ian Coakley. Stephanie Ann Costabile. Nicholas Crockett. Gregory T. Cross. Lena Crowley. Samara Monet Demery. Maya S. Drayton. David Christian Fleury. Anthony Francis. Madison Fuller. Victoria Jacqueline Gelosi. Jackson Shane Goldman. Sebastian Gordon Summers Archer. Giselle Tylani Goring. Amir Oscar Grice. Abigail Gunther. Frederick William Hingis IV. Adele Grace Hodson. Luke Holt. Sinyu Huang. Jordan Henry. Alea Hudson. Mark Alexander Eisenstadt. Matthew Joseph Jackson. Gabriel Hart Jeffries. Kimber Ariel Jennings. Jordan Johnson. Jayla Joyner. John Keenan. Darian Malik Kelly. Brian P. Knapp. Diana Kosanova. Eliza Kravitz. Michael Landestoy. Ethan J. Lawrence. Jasmine Levy. Cecilia Leek. Eloise Maria Zoe Lecaval. Matthew Levin. Johnson Lee. Bernard E. Littles. Michael Luisi. Dylan F. Mugana. Daniel Marcolongo. Lucas C. Markowitz. Luis Martinez. Ian Duncan McGurchin. Thomas Murphy. Preston Murray. P. McGee O'Neill. Elise Obi. Trinity Anye Owens. Deja Helen Parker. Caitlin Marion Perkins. Jacqueline Pye. Ethan Michael Riley. Giovanna Reyna Sands. Kavan Malik Richards. Shayna Richburg. Michaela Sirrett. Jalen Sharp. Maya Deja Simmons. Tyler T. Simmons. Peyton Elijah Simon. George Simpson. Troy A. Smith. Catherine Snyder. Jason Sotelo. Angelique Southern. Gary Sun. Sarah Nicole Burke. Quincy Timmerman. Ann L. Tobin. Luke Tomanovich. Zaid Walker. Zaya Amani Walton. Lindsay Weiskopf. Jacob Wheat. William B. White. Alexis Williams. Thomas Henry Worth. James Wyatt. Stephen E. Young. Wency Zhu. Katerina Anna Leone Zobek. Faculty Director and Associate Professor of the Practice, Glenn Williamson, will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Real Estate. Thank you.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Real Estate. Adedoyin Adeshina. Larkin Ady. Fletcher Paul Andrews. Mahmoud Ashrafe. Peter Andre Auger. Irina Basior. Rassan Bernard. Robert Burnt. Terrell L. Bonds. Jeremy Brown. Levante Bryant. Christopher John Callahan. Felipe X. Castillo. Justine Chang. Ramiz Chowdhury. Tyrus Charles Brogan Cobb. Geoffrey Charles Colbert, Samantha Dakila, Michael James Darling, Stacy A. Davis, Colin Dempsey, Peter Robert Dixon, Asraya Dunham, Tiffany English Slipka, Maria Valencia Febriani, Samantha Federico, Carlos Fairman, Nolan Ford, Tyler Freeman, John Freer, Erin Carol Frew, Brandon Gierschick, Wesley Sean Greenert, William Lawrence Greavy, Abul Hayat, Angela Horahan, Chao Huang, Wei Swan Huang, Malon Hughes, Emma Kelly, Jason Kleiman, Paul Nepley, Lawrence Harrison Lerman, Aram Lindo, Ian McTaggart, Alexander Mannheimer, Wilfredo Marchan Colmenares, Reed Michelle Parfit Mini, Lazara Meneses, Bradley Metz, Scott Mitchum, Cubby Mitter, Max Malaud, Alexis M. Morris, Peyton Louise Mullen, Colin Mulligan, Jalen Murray, Valerie Amy Muse, Morgan Nakaska, Corinne Elizabeth O'Hare, Adair Carolyn Brugerman, Avon Oliver, Ernetta Nicole Pace, Indri Padmasana, Alexandra Panton, Claire Park, Werner Parilla, Rohan Patel, Michael Petrosinelli, Kathleen Phillips, Christopher Pierke, Brandon Rash, Ankita Ramakrishnan, Michael Regner, Gabriela Riffel Gonzalez, Jimmy Robinson, Kenneth Rubenstein, Christian Ruberwa, Kathleen Regina Rutland, Alexander R. Ryan, Kavin Sakthevel, Michael J. Scarpacci, Stephen Shear, Spiros Skrivanos, Michael J. Sewell, Jr., Jordan Shaheen, Nana Ya Sirabo, Matthew F. Stringham, Harry Suver, Matthew M. Sweeney, Dion Tang, Estella Taylor, Tisa Giovanni Taylor, Ethan Treptow, Shraddha Uj, Michael A. Wackerman, Melissa Warren, Elliot White, Lillian Kennedy White, Christina Marie Whiting, Kenneth Williams, Rod T. Williams, Mary Woyome, Christopher Jensen, Michael Zagorev, Aide, Liham Zaman, Thomas Michael Zulanas, Faculty Director and Professor of the Practice, Dr. Ifedapo Adeleye, will now present the candidates for the degree of the Master of Professional Studies in Human Resources Management.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Human Resources Management. Alexandra Hope Ackerman, Courtney Ahern, Alexandra Ain, Jasmine Barrett, Tyler Barrett, Elisa Joy Brooks, Sarah Caporilli, Juliana Rose Casalino, Prasanti Datla, Camila Delgado, Kayla Dimes, Carolina Echeverry Vaji, Daniel Richard Aiden, Ashley Garand, Rashawn Gardner, David Jeffrad, Kuna Atgraves, Leah Hathaway, Mary Catherine Anderson, Kyle K. Ong, Telfius Jefferson, Lara Yenku, Eliana Devora Lichtenfeld, Shreya Mali, Zora Mamadova, Bailey Elizabeth McKerney, Brennan Valencourt McNulty, Emired Melian, Lauren Assel Muffet, Oscar Montero Vega, Amrin Kaur Nagra, Alisa Parker, Crystal Reeves, Jordan Nicole Robinson, Becca Schwartz, Petra Scodato, Irina Semand, Brahma Sisei, Naquaya Sesams, Erin Courtney Stockwell, Anna Swope, Peyton Lee Trainer, Ming Kwei Sung, Susan Sesu Wasem, Gregory Weiser, Kayla Yi, Chang Yun Xiao, Carlos Zuniga, Yuri Armstrong. Faculty Director and Professor of the Practice, Dr. Frederick Lemieux, will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Technology Management and Master of Professional Studies in Information Technology Management.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Masters of Professional Studies in Technology Management. Sahad Amiduddin, Stephen Armstrong, Kurosh Bana Kojas A, Ricardo Benitez, Garrett L. Chang, Grace O. Chupka, John Emmanuel Kingsley Dadzi, Brian W. Dalton, Jeffrey Evans, Kyle Timothy Evans, Olivia Fagan, Rakin Feroz, Gary M. Finnegan, Peter Gabriel, Corey Devon Green, Ashna Kapoor, Zachary Kingundu Tiaba, Alexandra Ray Koji, Rosa Liliana Lopez, Linda Oyulu, Joe Ying Pan, Christian Pichi, Amelia Ray Razor, Shloka Ratti, Christopher Alexander Ricks, Richard H. Smith, Mariam Jamie Taylor, Antonine M. Victor, Samir Williams. Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Masters of Professional Studies in Information Technology Management. Syed Ahmed, Ana Mariam Akilu, Luis Barzuto, Shiba Bian, Imari Chapman, Junji Ding, Laya Font Garcia, Abram Gali, Reginald Jerome Goldsby, Aravind Gopinath, Nora Kroc, Shire C. Adera, Nicholas Ollings Ed, Shaniwaz Islam, Anisha Job, Funmi Lawal, Shilpa Mishra, Alvin Young, Loretta Otu, Oprendra Pandey, Kayla Randall, Shantaria Richardson, Rakibul Rinkton, Maria Jose Rodriguez Herrera, Reba Roy, Courtney Sutter, Jiaiwei Zhu, Faculty Director and Professor of the Practice, Uva Brandes, will now present the candidates for the degree of Masters of Professional Studies in Urban and Regional Planning.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Master's of Professional Studies in Urban and Regional Planning. Clayton Daniker, Priscilla Akila Ford, Marissa Mays, Christian Mioli, Gavin Meyer, Kamtochi Okeke. Faculty Director and Associate Professor of the Practice, Dr. Wendy Zajac, will now present the candidates for the degrees of Masters of Professional Studies in Integrated Marketing Communications and Master of Professional Studies in Design Management and Communications.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Masters of Professional Studies in Integrated Marketing Communications. Khalid Almaled, Noelle Lynn Amy, Elizabeth Anthony, Zaria Arrington, Kathleen Elizabeth Austin, Aisan Azadaftari, Wiam W. Azar, Maya Bembry, Alexandra Janice Benjamin, Caitlin Bornicke, Suani Jacqueline Brinney, Jaiwan Sai, Sol Maria Camacho Vega, Elin Tsao, Sarah Kaywood, Yailong Chen, Madeline Coolhaney, Gabrielle Degata, Samuel P. Davo, Giuseppe Del Rio Broghi, Joseph Devine, Sarah Jennifer Rose Drebin, Constance Economist, Thalia Economist, Leilani Loni Fadika, Raquel Fernandez Guarez, Sophie Gabrielle Getz, Valentina Grisala Scano, Danielle C. Hold, Deanne Martin, Yino Ogwo, Emma Hartsock, Berfin Oz, Valeria Milana Babunina, Annie M. Hazelton, Boo Hoo, Ayande Holland, Pohal Huang, Julia K. Hughes, Justice N. Isom. Catherine Jacobs. Swit Janganudis. Aaron Koval. Crescendu. Gabrielle Levy. Chi Yu Lin. Lily Marcia. Victor Mate Cristobal. Sarah Mohammed. Ariana Nicole Pierre. Natalia Radchenko. Warda Sabi. Dana Mayela Rangel de Torres. Estefani Maria Sagardia Delis. Caroline Santores. Chitral Meher Shah. Karishma Gautam Singh. Charles Smith. Tiani Soon. Rong Tao. Sophia Ting. Yuhan Sai. Tamoy White. Cindy Wu. Jingyu Wu. Zhulong Wang. Yuan Wang. Fiona Sheye. Yuzhu Sheye. Hanzhao Xu. Xinjun Yang. Yi Yang. Yinglan Yao. Mengde Zhao. Ruiying Zhao. Yeli Zhao. Paulo Priscilla. Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Design Management and Communications. Rama Alfari. Dominique Valencia. Alish Khanna Churma. Tessa Cruz. Adriana de Cervantes. Amy Hughes. Sydney Carlock. Crystal Kettle. Haley Mordo. Adriana Pauli. Christina Rhodes. Carly Renee Robinson. Alexis Simmons. Louise Margaret Storm. Grayson Vire. Matthew Wright. Faculty Director and Professor of the Practice, Dr. George Moskoglu, will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Project Management.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Project Management. Abdel Jabbar Al-Saloom. Curtis Austin. Cameron Alexander Baycott. Nabayit Bellet. Iyana Aziza Clemente, Laura B. Montalvo, Michael Clinton, Special Coleman, Ella Charno, Lucille Ikasi Akeme Yombo, Sofia Gutierrez, Mac Khan, Yazid Kutbi, Gabriel Nick Lewis, Ha An V Ma, Somtochukwu Caleb Obiagu, Cindy Quezada, Benjamin Olivas, David Michael Rijos, Jennifer Rozicki, Joshua Stakely, Faculty Director and Professor of the Practice, Dr. Tim Fraser, will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Emergency and Disaster Management.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Masters of Professional Studies in Emergency and Disaster Management. Emma Bruno, William Stanton Burton, Maria Canellis, Garrett Canterbury, Walter A. Carney, Ari Natasha Dolman, Karen Fitzgerald, Ariana French, David Harvey, Tristan Keaty, Kathleen Kelly, Kevin Patrick McCarthy, Edward Olwinski, Daniel A. Osborne, Matthew Pangos, Alex Schwab, Robert Wayne Shelton, Grace Visigardi, Faculty Director and Professor of the Practice, Dr. Freddie Lemieux, will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Applied Intelligence and Master of Professional Studies in Cybersecurity Risk Management.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Masters of Professional Studies in Applied Intelligence. Tanner Abid Osman, Jeffrey Ackerman, Maha Al-Madid, Alanud Al-Ghul, Brandon Alt, Jefferson Antwi Agai, Brianna Arnovitz, Benjamin Ashush, Brian Bob, Leo Balk, Trevor Ball, Dina Balsama, Jacqueline L. Banks, Ailey Beam, Christina Cantwell, Riley J. Carpentry, Snow Chan, Taylor Cochran, Ella McCarty Collins, Sidney Kubage, Andrew Axman, Brianna Evola Hess, Brian A. Fentress Tagliaferri, Catherine Garcia, Alexis Godfrey, Mason James Grower, Margaret Gustafson, Ryan Hall, Dustin Hampton, Jackson Arnois, Elizabeth Louise Arndon Johnson, Madison Hester, Thomas Holiday, Sarah Ruffing Olbert, Ziavas Orton, Curry Ouellette, Eden Howard, Kylie Hsu, Rachel Emily Giancolo, Dorian Johnson, Maria Kabir, Owen Kearns, Brianna Cassell, Rebecca M. Kovac Bruno, Mihoko Kubo, Min Lee, Alexandria Lewis, Andrew Lomanaco, Brenda Yvette Lopez, Samuel Joseph Lorenzo, Ryan Mazel, Dara Marfatia, Daniel Martinez, Mark Martinez, Tomas Alessandro Marzol, David Edgar McCammon, Samuel Mayers, Dominic Andrew Lee Michael, Trinity Kathleen Miller, Natalie Miniti, Stacy Mittler, Celeste Morris, William A. Morrow, Cedric Munongo, Matthew Najera, Donghyun No, Nicole Norman, Maharita A. Obedoza, James Otis, Gina Park, Timothy Youngjun Park, Sarah Noel Parker, Janavi Partipan, James Kenneth Pell, Craig Allen Pendleton, Emma Plimpton Libovitz, Sumita Prasad, Sarah Propek, Michael Randazzo, Kyle Reed, Alejandro Rios, Timothy Robert Robin, Richard Robinson, Ignacio Seni, Biazia Settles, Gregory Smith, Rachel M. Stoneking, Carson Swank, Rebecca Tallman, Xing Yang, Jackson Triplett, Justin Brooks Underwood, Michelle Monique Ong, Isabel H. Vieira, David Vigil, Christopher B. Vordahl, Anne Elizabeth Wagner, Rhodes Michael Walker, Natalie Weaver, Tyler Austin Welch, Lewis Williams III, Matthew Zacharias, Peter A. Zudke III. Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Masters of Professional Studies in Cybersecurity Risk Management. Zaki Mohammed, Yoko Arita, Yamor Jaren Atai, Alessandro Azaro, Rachel M. Bear, John Theodore Bellamy, Matthew Bento, Jonathan H. Bonville, Arim Cho, Joshua Cushion, Taylor D. Bernard, Carlos De Leon, Barry L. De Leon Lee, Donald Dixon, Darius Driggers, Connor Duffy, Troy L. Edwards Jr., Joseph Arian, Jessica L. Gorman, Lisa Guagliano, Angel Michel Geroy, Maggie Hutchins, Adley Opal Bisson Jason, Rahat Kamal, Reginald R. Kiroya, Andrea Macancella, Keegan Joseph Mazur, Samuel Mensha Unoma, Jefferson Mondestin, Jan Andrew Morrison, Carol Nakazi, Jorge Ortega, Ju Park, Holly Lynn Parrish, Hunter Thomas Patterson, Christian Paul Penanen, Karia Padilla, Team Saunders, Suad Tezir Sayad, Sagar Shah, Barzan Shalikanov, Aaron Tarp, Scott Ezra Tyson, William Earl Rick, Amlet Uros Cardenas, Shavinya Vijay Kumar, Shelley Curtis White III. Faculty Director and Associate Professor of the Practice, Dr. Stephanie Kim, will now present the candidates for the degree of Masters of Professional Studies in Higher Education Administration.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Higher Education Administration. Zenaida Maria Chavez, Carrie Jane Condon, Alma Natalia Castellazo de Castro, Jared J. Delaney, Ashley Godfrey. Amanda Reich. Claire Sanfilippo. Justine Ray Talamayan. Rosalind Ellen Weaver. Faculty Director and Assistant Professor of the Practice, Linda Dunn, will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Supply Chain Management.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Master of Professional Studies in Supply Chain Management. Ariana Blue, Shuang Shui, Cameron Wayne Kerr, Michelle Kim, Zhang Sup Lee, Chi Nu Lee, Shukai Liu, Michael A. McGee, Jr., Ali Matchke, Alyssa Newman, So Nieves, Yishong Xiao.
To begin the presentation of the candidates for the bachelor's degree, I now invite Dr. Michelle Anona, Faculty Director and Assistant Professor of the Practice for the Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies program, to the podium.
Dr. Groves, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies. Sergio Arvizu Arguelles. Muksith Ahmadi. Benjamin Isaac Cabrera. Shredup Chopel. Ricardo de la Fuente. Abigail Hanneman Eberhardt. Jennifer Lee Ford. Maria Haggerty. Ethan Hill. Taraya Hodge. Michael Sabri Hussein. Paul Yan Lee. Michael Thomas Mack. Aaron Marquez. Kimberly Christine Mota. Josephine Musgrave. Costa Michich. Sung Jin Park. Dagmar Rothschild. Ryan Alexander Sassy. Joe Skinner Grant. Teresa Marie Turner. Linz Tuyashime. Victor Uko. Mohammed Osman. Tyrone Walker.
Doctor of Liberal Studies candidates, please rise. Dr. Groves, These students have been duly examined and recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Directors. I therefore ask that you bestow upon them the degree and course.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Congress of the United States and by the Board of Directors of Georgetown University, I officially confer upon the aforementioned candidates the degree of Doctor of Liberal Studies.
Will all the candidates for the Master of Arts in Liberal Studies and Master of Professional Studies please rise? Dr. Groves, these candidates have been duly examined and recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Directors. I therefore ask that you bestow upon them the degrees and course.
Are you ready? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Congress of the United States and by the Board of Directors of Georgetown University, I officially confer upon the aforementioned candidates the degree of Masters of Arts in Liberal Studies and Master of Professional Studies.
Graduates, please be seated. Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies candidates, please rise. Dr. Groves, these students have been duly examined and recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Directors. I therefore ask that you bestow upon them the degree and course.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Congress of the United States and by the Board of Directors of Georgetown University, I officially confer upon the aforementioned candidates the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies.
Graduates, please be seated. I now invite the faculty, family, and friends of the graduates to join me in congratulating all of the students on their achievements. And now, graduates, please rise and look around at all of those who have supported you during your time at Georgetown. Join me in offering a round of applause to thank your families, friends, and instructors for all of the support and encouragement that they have provided you. Please be seated. To the class of 2025, congratulations once again. With nearly 1,500 graduating, there are more than 700 present here today to mark this tremendous milestone. You all represent our dynamic community in so many ways. You are diverse, you are international, you embody many intersectional identities and experiences. You are not only future leaders of your industries, but in keeping with Georgetown's Jesuit heritage and values, you are also committed to lifting up your communities. This milestone is all the more meaningful in light of the profound challenges many of you have overcome to earn your degrees. Throughout your time as students, you have persevered. You've chosen neither to retreat nor to slow down. The world needs your resilience, your conviction, and your leadership. I am deeply proud of the class of 2025. This is a time to celebrate your achievement. I also hope you take a moment to give thanks to your family, your friends, and teachers who've supported you along the way. Finally, no matter where you go, remember that you are Hoyas for life. You will always have a community that welcomes you with open arms. Thank you and congratulations. It is now my honor to invite Interim President of Georgetown University, Dr. Robert Groves, to offer closing reflections.
Only 6.4 minutes left. So good afternoon. I am truly honored to be with you and shake all of your hands as we did just a few minutes ago. A special word of thanks to our commencement speaker, Steve Pemberton. I think, Steve, the metaphor of the lighthouse is permanently tattooed in our memories. Thank you so much. Dean Otter, thank you for the leadership of the School of Continuing Studies. You and your colleagues lead during a very challenging time in U.S. universities, as you know. I appreciate the devotion to your school that you've exhibited over the past year. To our graduates and our families on the side and behind the podium, welcome. We share the joy that you feel in your hearts right now. We look forward to this moment every year. It's a joyous reward for us, for our labors. This is a tradition that goes back more than 2 centuries. And at a moment like this, especially at a moment like this, it's proper to reflect just a few minutes on what this university strives to attain and how these wonderful graduates will meet the world. At Georgetown, as you heard, starting when the nation was born in 1789 and growing up with it, we have been deeply attentive to the civic dimensions of our mission. You'll note that this iconic building, Healy Hall, does not face the Potomac River as a picturesque presence. It faces the seat of our national government to signify the attention we pay to serving the nation. This viewpoint, an orientation of patriotism and civic engagement, stems from our Jesuit animation of people for others. That's the principle that has guided generations of Georgetown graduates who've gone on to serve as civil servants, elected officials, physicians, entrepreneurs, educators, and advocates. Through their service, they strive to make our communities more just, more humane, and more compassionate. At Georgetown, we will continue to honor those who devote their lives to public service. Nothing will shake our focus for the common good. But you know, service to others requires understanding of others. One of the ways we accomplish this, or we aspire to accomplish this, is by engaging in, as our mission statement says, and I'll say this very slowly, we believe that serious and sustained discourse among people of different faiths, cultures, and beliefs promotes intellectual, ethical, and spiritual understanding. That's what we attempt to do at Georgetown. So in our classrooms, we learn not by clinging to what we think we know, but by holding it in tension with new information, new perspectives. Just as a physician must allow a diagnosis to evolve in the light of new test results, just as scientists must remain sensitive to new theories and technologies. We must allow our beliefs to be tested, stretched, and refined. At Georgetown, we aspire to help each student discover the skills of dialogue with those who hold radically different perspectives. We think this is the key to lifelong learning. We acknowledge that what we teach and what we have taught you, unfortunately, will quickly become out of date. So what we want to teach you to do is to self-learn, a skill that will serve you well throughout your life. To our graduating students, I hope you leave this university with more than a degree, as Steve has mentioned. I hope you have discovered here a set of values that unlock your authentic self, that you have a sense of what you're about now that's deeper than you did when you started your programs. I hope you've learned how to think critically, more effectively, how to teach yourselves, how to form the right question, and how to listen for the purpose of understanding. I know you are ready to leave this place to face life's challenges and the world's challenges with humility, with resilience, and purpose. Each of you are stepping into a world that urgently needs what you've nurtured here. The ability to think critically, to collaborate, to communicate with clarity and empathy. Throughout your time here, we've aspired to create an intellectual environment that challenges and supports, that questions and uplifts. Through your coursework and research, we strive to expose you to a breadth of ideas and perspectives and tools. As you enter the world full of urgent needs and complex challenges, I ask you to take with you the discipline you refined here, critical inquiry, thoughtful dialogue, deep listening. Your disciplines may differ in this tent, but the call is the same: to use your skills in service to others, to advance collective goals, to make room for every voice at the table. I thank you for sharing your journey with us at Georgetown. I hope you know we are very, very proud of you. We love you, we believe in you, and we will be cheering you in the time ahead. This is your moment. You deserve every bit of joy in your hearts right now. Once again, to the class of 2025, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Groves. Please stand for the alma mater, which again will be led by members of the Georgetown University Concert Choir and Chamber Singers. The alma mater is located in the back of the Commencement program book. Please remain standing for the benediction, which will be delivered by Jamie Kralovec, Director of Mission and Ministry at the Capitol Campus, as well as Associate Director for Mission Integration at SCS.
Now Let us pray. Dear God, we give thanks for the outpouring of your graces upon this School of Continuing Studies commencement. This ceremony has turned our gaze towards you, the giver of gifts, as these honored graduates make us proud of Georgetown's mission in the Jesuit tradition for the greater glory of God and the well-being of humankind. We offer up to you the distinctive way that this School of Continuing Studies upholds the universal mission by delivering a world-class, values-based education to a diverse array of communities and individuals throughout their academic and professional careers. Indeed, this commencement shines a light on the more civically minded, well-informed, and globally aware society that the School of Continuing Studies has helped build through its bold and innovative ways of proceeding. We give thanks today for the many workers in the vineyard of this educational enterprise that make today possible. Many hands realize this mission. From the staff who tirelessly accompany our students on their diverse learning journeys, to the faculty who challenge students into something greater, to the administrators who constantly discern how to create programs that truly meet the world's greatest needs. Together, the faculty, staff, and administration of the School of Continuing Studies have aligned this community with the vision of the Jesuit founder. And similar to St. Ignatius, these students, adult learners, military veterans, managers with creative knowledge of how technology can bind a globally dispersed community, have fulfilled the promise of a university founded in the Jesuit tradition. As your servant, Pope Francis, himself a son of Ignatius, so powerfully reminded us about the purpose of education. He reflected that, quote, "Our world does not need automatons. It needs choreographers, new interpreters of rich human resources, new social poets." May we honor the legacy of Pope Francis by inviting this class of 2025 to compose poems that lift up the inherent dignity of all persons, especially those marginalized by a globalization of superficiality and indifference. Dear God, we know that you are inviting all of us, but especially this class of 2025, to something greater, something more abundant in life and possibility. Help all of us gathered here to be part of this more, this magis, and give us the eyes to see and the ears to hear what is needed to bring about your kingdom of love and justice. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Jamie. And now a few logistical details as we conclude our ceremony. During the recessional, the platform party will exit first, followed by our graduates. I ask that our guests remain standing at their seats and do not enter the aisles until those on the stage and all of our graduates have departed. The ushers will then invite you to depart. Graduating students will continue in line, exiting from the front row first in the recessional. The university will hold the McCourt School of Public Policy commencement on Healy Lawn in approximately 1 hour. Out of consideration for those graduates and their guests, we ask that you leave this area with decorum, but also with due haste so that the seats and stage can be reset for the next event. The 2025 commencement exercises for Georgetown University School of Continuing Studies are now officially closed. Congratulations, graduates.
president's procession, they're coming in this back way and filling up. They're not coming in front and going down. I just want to make sure the table isn't in the way.
No, the table 100% is in the middle. I don't know. That seems wrong, but yeah.
You have the fold, the paper?